spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to him, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On second down, here's Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Cardinals, look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
The Cardinals offense staying put. Obviously, watch out for Kyler's legs. They'll go for 2 here. Following the fumble recovery, Murray. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. KC's offense ready to take over. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Mahomes now on first down. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now here's Mahomes. And incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, and it's 3rd and 5.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes. Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team? This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On the return, Dortch sheds off the tackle. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 77 yards. And the Cardinals are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Prater on to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. By rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And a loose football, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So really a nightmare on the first half for him, Charles. His second lost fumble already.
And when they hand us a stat sheet, Brandon, and we see 2 lost fumbles, we usually think quarterback or running back, don't we? It's not often you see guys on the perimeter lose the ball like that.
Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. That is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that'll be caught by Tony. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this one a 41-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason.
As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. Now McCoy, his first throw since coming in. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 73 yards. And the Cards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Jonathan Gannon making the call. They'll line up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Gabbert. Forced out to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. 56
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Gabbert now. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
3rd down and 6.
Check 56. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Gabbert to throw it. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The football going back over to Arizona now. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now McCoy. And he floated one out there, incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. A huge play there for Arizona. 62 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Here's McCoy. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. With now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Cardinals have got it on cruise control. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Switch up. 56 to Mike.
Gabbert now to throw on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Rice. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Third down and 13.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Gabbert. And that is incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that...
Gabbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
On third down, Gabbert.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kaiser White.
And the Cardinals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Clement between the tackles. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
Once again, it's Clement. Wiggles free. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Corey Clement, 36 yards.
And the Cardinals add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. For this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
And now here comes Kansas City.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
56, Mike.
Gabbard on first down. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And shedding through the ball comes out, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Clement. Oh, able to avoid him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 55 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On first down, they go with Clement again. Dances by him, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38. They'll stay on the ground with Clement. Good footwork at the 30. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast. Up the middle they go with Clement. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. He continues to be a major factor carrying the football here into the 4th quarter, Charles. Another big gain on the ground. Big guys working strong up front. A lot of them not just taking care of business at the line of scrimmage, but getting into the linebacker spots and taking care of the second level as well.
And they're taking advantage of everything right now on the scoreboard with that lead. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Clement. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more first down to help salt this one away. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Flush to his right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Now the Cardinals yet again lining up for the two-point try. Operating from the gun, McCoy. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
56, the mic, boys, 56.
Now Gabbard. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Carlos Watkins in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He hits his target, left side, Watson. Still going inside the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here, but it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
Butker on for the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So out now come the Cardinals. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Oh, he fakes a spike. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
There he goes, right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now Prater to add the PAT. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught at the 5. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. KC's offense ready to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Gabbard. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Taking it about the 16. Gets past one man. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Maden.
PlayStation